At last, the quiet was broken only by the loud buzzing of the mosquitoes. Gregorio coughed and opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. He felt nervous. The annoying visitor, the long day, and the memory of Xantip's face at the window made him scared. He watched his wife sitting on the other side of their boy. Once or twice, when he rubbed the boy's forehead, his fingers touched his wife's fingers as she waved away the mosquitoes. Each time they touched, he shivered and felt more afraid. He tried to think clearly but could not. He lit his cigarette to look calm and walked to the window, but his legs shook and Xantip smiled as she saw him. Standing by the window, Gregorio opened the window and let in the moonlight, which fell on his wife and child, lighting up the dark corner. Gregorio. Yes. Did you tell me everything? Is there nothing else to tell me about our son and the Jew? Gregorio knew he must speak now. He could not stay quiet any longer. He was happy that his wife started the talk because it was easier to answer her questions than to ask them. I told you the whole story. There is nothing more to tell. I found him by accident in the market, and that bad man Amos was looking at him. I could hurt that man. What good would that do? Imagine if we had lost our boy. Think of the things we have done for him, and they would have been for nothing. Have you done anything for him, Gregorio? The question was asked quietly, but there was a tone in her voice that made Gregorio move into the shadows to avoid looking at her. He did not answer for a few minutes. Finally, with a nervous laugh, he said, "Of course. We both have made sacrifices, big sacrifices." "It is strange," Xantip said gently, as if talking to herself, "that you think so highly of yourself. You said you cared for me once. Now you see me only as someone to earn money for you. It is for our son's sake. Is it for our son that you sit with Madame Marx, drink her wine, and kiss her?" Gregorio could not answer. He felt it was useless to try to explain, even though he thought he understood. "I am glad we can talk," Xantip said. "Now we can understand each other. I have made the biggest sacrifice, and because it was for our son, I forgave you." I cried, but as I cried, I said, "It is hard for Gregorio too." But when I looked out the window this afternoon, I knew it was not hard for you. You did not care about me. You liked to send me away to make money while you drank and kissed at the penny farthing shop. I suddenly knew that the man had spoken the truth. "What man?" asked Gregorio, his voice low. The man you told me to find. You know money does not just come from the ground. You sent me out to get money. When I first came back to you, I threw the gold at you. It burned my fingers, and your want for it hurt me. But I did not hate you completely, even though his words were in my ears. In my country, such a husband would be punished. When you were nice, I felt like a dog you liked to pet. I thought that was how all women were treated. Now I know better. You will earn money through me because it is my duty to our son, but you have earned something else. Yes, asked Gregorio. My hate. You are not surprised? I have learned what love is these last few days, and what a real man is like. I see you are what he said, a bad man and a coward. I would not have learned this if it were not for you, and I am thankful, very thankful. It is useless to swear at me or to threaten me. You will not hit me because if you hurt me, you will lose your money. You tried to put me down and you have failed. I am happier than I have ever been and much wiser. When a woman learns what a man's love is, she learns more in one day than if she studied books for 100 years. Xantep stopped speaking. She took her son in her arms, closed her eyes, and fell asleep quietly, a gentle smile on her lips. Gregorio looked at her angrily and wanted to hit her, to let out his feelings on her. But she was right when she said he would not touch her. He felt angry and tried to let out the anger inside him. He did not want to think, but every word she said made him think. The events of the last 60 hours had taken away what little good was left in him. Except for his strong love for his child, he hardly had any good quality. Slowly, his anger went away, and he felt less ashamed. He started to wonder about the man whose words had moved his wife so much. While he wondered, he fell asleep and did not wake up until the sun was up. While he was eating breakfast, Gregorio asked carefully about this wise teacher of love and hate, but Xantep did not answer right away. Is he a Greek? No. A Frenchman? No. A German? No. Suddenly, Gregorio felt a pain in his heart, and he had to stop before asking the next question. He could hardly say why he paused, but he thought about the Paradise Cafe and the red-faced Englishman. He would have easily sacrificed his wife if it meant he could get money, but he felt hurt that this ugly, slow-thinking man was taking his place. With some effort, he asked, "Is he an Englishman?" "Yes." Gregorio was filled with anger. He spoke a lot, saying the English were stupid, rough, and proud. Xantep waited until he finished and then replied calmly, "It does not matter to you. This is my problem. You have no right to be angry with me or anyone I know." Gregorio would not listen to her and said he was upset with their money and fame. These English people are dull, and we Greeks are much better. "I do not agree with you," Xantep said. "I have learned what a real man is since I met him, and I have learned to hate you. You may be smart, I do not know or care. He would not treat me like you have treated me. Some of his money comes to you. You want money. Be happy with that." Gregorio knew she was right, and he watched her put on her hat and leave the room. A minute later, when he looked out the window, he saw her link arms with the Englishman from the Paradiso. Across the street, at the penny-farthing shop, Madame Marx waved at him and laughed.